Welcome back, everyone. I have been buying. I opened up the wallet, and you know what flew out? Moths. Then they're ready to go out and see some fresh air, and that's what we're here to talk about. XRP family, if you are with me, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on a journey to take a lot and turn it into a lot more, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to go over my plan on how I am going to invest what was once just a little bit. And I'm talking, I started with nothing, worked it up, got robbed, got my Bitcoin stolen from me, had to start over, got it taken, and then worked my way up again. And then, of course, my wife had got cancer, so that all went away. I had to sell everything to take care of that. And now I'm back, and I slowly and steadily have worked it up over the last 5 years to where we got up to becoming a crypto millionaire, which I was very, very happy to do. And then I took a lot of profit over the last 6 weeks, about $250,000. And now I patiently wait. So I had a lot of time to think about this, how I want to attack it, what I think is going to happen over the next 4 to 6 weeks. And today I start the process. And I'm going to go over that process in this video of what I'm going to do to reinvest $1 million into crypto. And I'm pretty excited about it. And of course, there's a little bit of a comedy it's going to go with this for today, which I'll share with you as we go. Now, for those who have not done it, massive opportunity to go ahead and follow the Discord. To get into the Discord, first link down below. Code LEARN is available for a few more days. It's expiring, I believe, in the next week or two. And then, so you can get 50% off. Put in code LEARN at checkout on the earner tier. You're going to save 50% off that first month. If you want to save 15% off an annual pass, that's my best deal. Now, the next thing, boom, the Academy. For those who are not in, there's no cost to this. I should say over here for my 4-step framework webinar. This is awesome. I teach you how to learn the technicals. It's an hour long. I highly suggest it. We got the spots open, and we open up spots every day. So there's some spots available for today. Sign up for that. And then third but not least, my live teaching session is going to be happening over on the 9th, or I should say September 6th and September 7th. Crypto Will and Dr. Stock will doing their option and their crypto. I'll be doing my technical on the candles. This is for beginners. But if you ever wanted to get in here, code money will save you 20 bucks. All these links and the codes are right down here. And of course, I do have the Kraken opportunity. I'll just throw that out there. Trade 100, get 25 in XRP. You got to use that link down there. Now, here's the deal, folks. I am doing what I'm doing. I'm taking a milli, and I'm moving it into crypto. My goal is by the end of September to have that mill or almost all of that mill in there. Now, the reason it wouldn't all be in there at that time is if the technicals are screaming bad news, all right? But that fear is something I expect to see happen between now and then. What did I do today? Today I added $10,000 worth of 2 assets. What do you think those 2 assets were? Of course, ready? What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? Was it Bitcoin? Was it XRP? Was it Ethereum? And I think anybody who's been following the channel, you guys know what it was. It was XRP and Ethereum. Yes, I am slowly working back into that. I'm making up my mind how much Bitcoin I would like to have out of that 1 million. I'm not sure. I got to be blunt. I believe the risk reward is best for probably risk reward for those who don't want too much risk, but you do want a little bit of reward. Probably Bitcoin's still your go-to. But me officially, personally, I think I like the risk reward, and it's higher risk, higher reward, but I like Ethereum better. I see the corporations, I see the old whales moving Bitcoin into Ethereum. Like, you see all these things happening right in front of you, the corporations. Yeah, so me personally, I like the Ethereum better. You guys know I always have. I was buying when it was like 1,500, 1,600 this year. Other people were out there bad-mouthing me about buying at 1,600. Now those same people, they're lining up to get in at 4,000 something. And so I made a ton of money off of this in the last year, a couple of years actually. I still have the receipts when I was paying a little over $100 for my Ethereum. which is incredible. And then you can see where we're at right now. 40 times, almost 40 times. Man, it's incredible. So let's go ahead and talk business. Let's talk shop. I haven't shared the updates on the portfolio in a while, so let's do that. Start with this. So here's what I'm doing. I take the cash out of this account, and this is my Coinbase account. I told you slowly but steadily I'm going to get this out of here. I don't like how high the fees are. And so I'm moving those funds out. I got some that is still staked in, and I got my XRP in here actually. So I got a little bit staked, and I got my XRP, and I bought my XRP in Coinbase today. Until they get the spot ETFs, and I really want those spot ETFs, but I don't have them yet. That's what I'm looking for, the spot ETFs that they actually hold. And I think they'll come out in October, and then I'll move all my XRP money into that main portfolio, so everybody will be able to see it. Now, the other portfolio, this is my small account challenge. This is the one where I don't touch it. I just let it go. It's kind of my benchmark. So we got up to 33410. So we're down about 10% off those highs. And that makes sense because, we had a really good run with everything, and then the pullback from where we're at, which we're going to talk about. But this is up over 10,000. I made roughly... We were up about 75 to 80,000 in the Coinbase account before I took the money out. So between them, about 85 to 90,000 up. And then we get to the main one. And this one, we started at 2231. We are up about 172,000 on this. So put it all together, about 260 to 270,000 made in 6 weeks, right in front of everybody. And now I wanted to teach you, because we were up 400,000 at one time. And so at a certain point, I decided to say, okay, enough's enough. The charts are screaming that we're going to have sell-off, which we are, for some of it. And from there, of course, it's up to each person how you play it. And I'm still going to play it the way I'm playing it. So here's the update. And of course, like I said, I have no complaints making $250,000 in 6 weeks. But I am looking to make a lot more during the last 12 weeks of the year. And I want to, I'm not going to sit back here and tell you that I'm not excited about October, November, and December. But we got to get through this week of August and 4 weeks of September, which in my opinion are not going to be the nicest of weeks. And hopefully I'm wrong. And that's why I'm doing my strategy, which I'm going to go over in this video today. Today started that strategy. As you can see down here, I have a lot of cash. I have 859,000 sitting here in cash. That cash is going to be deployed in the next probably 6 weeks altogether, for the most part. Now, you can say, what are the moves, Mo? The first move today was a small, teeny move, and especially when I'm trying to get this up over a mil in crypto. And so I put in basically 1% of that, of the mil. I put in 10,000 into EZET, which is an Ethereum spot ETF with application to become a staking, and they have good fees. So I like this one. There is no rhyme or reason. I just wanted to go with something a little different. And so I might have a mix of different ones just so I can follow to see how they were on the entries. I got T-bill in there as my cash holding, a little bit of TLT for the long term. I'm keeping this. This isn't being touched. The T-bill could be sold because I want to go ahead and that's my dry powder plus the cash as dry powder. Between them, you got a $500,000 here, 800,000 over here. So 1.3 mil I can deploy at any given time. So call this the Warren Buffett approach of having a lot of cash on the sidelines in case we have a phenomenal crash in the markets, in the stocks, in the crypto, whatever. All right. He has over, I think it's like 55% of his money is now in cash or cash-like securities, which is insane because he's the kind of guy, he said it, that he never want to be all cash. And now here he is, all cash. More cash, I should say. I should say more cash. He didn't ever want to be in more cash than the stocks and the companies. But at this particular moment, with the valuations and everything else, the debt load of the U.S. and all these other things, I see their concerns. Even the Buffett indicator itself up over, 200%, which is insane high. It should have people a little bit concerned, of course, but if they keep printing money, markets keep going up. And so I'm not going to fight the trend. The trend's going to be my friend. So you're going to continue to see this build down here with the equities in terms of the crypto. Here's the latest update up here. And that's what I'm watching for. So I have Rocket added in there to take advantage of hopefully the Fed starting to drop rates. And as they drop these rates, this should have a good run, but not so far. Not so far. So that goes to show you not every play is going to be an absolute winner. Same with TLT. Like this long term, but for now, down a little bit. Even though it looks like a lot there, it's only down 0.68%. And that does pay me, I think, like 4 something percentage in terms of the annualized payout. So I'll get a check for 20 something thousand at the end of this year, adding them all together. So I'll take the 3,000 down, but every 12 months I get a check for 20 something thousand. And if they cut rates, this should go nicely higher. So if they do cut by 125 basis points, I'm expecting about a 25% gain on this, which would be over 100,000 in terms of the price going higher, plus the 5% or the 3 to 4% as they cut. And so that's my play there. Rockets should go up as mortgage rates drop, refinances come in. But right now, obviously, it's getting hit a little bit. So I'm watching all of these. That's my update there. That moves us into the crypto today. So I hope you guys, if you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comments down below. All right. And so I'm going to start with Bitcoin and do Ethereum and XRP. All right. So here's what I'm watching. This is still bearish. Absolutely bearish. I'm just doing the daily candles on this. And you can see the 13 cross. This came up. I told you most likely you're going to have a red candle today. We didn't. We had a doji, but this is bad news for the bulls because you pushed it up. You teased the 5 pushed it back down, and we have indecision here. And we are bearish. So if you ask me, what do you expect, Mo? I'm still expecting by the end of the week to see this move further down. I would say by next Monday. So if you say from now, next 5 days, I'm expecting this to go lower than where we're at right now. I hope I'm wrong. I don't have any Bitcoin because it's the worst looking chart out of all of them. And so I would say a retesting of 110,000 or below is something that's in the works for the next 5 days. Do not be surprised when it happens. If we confirm above the 5, we get a closing candle above the 5 and then a confirmation, well, then I might change my tune and then we might be running. And that's why I'm starting my DCA. I didn't buy any Bitcoin yet, but I did buy a little XRP. Now XRP, let's go ahead and take a look at this on the daily candles, and I'll give you a little idea of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I got into a little XRP today. XRP's been holding up well above the 50, came down, got below the 50, back up, down below, back up, down below, back up, and a little kind of a breather here, all right? And so I'm not sure if we're going to dip back all the way down to 285. If we do, I'm going to be buying more. And so I'm kind of watching for anything below the 50 to add on. And if we confirm above 307, I want to do a little bigger buy. And so these are the kind of the two ranges I'm watching right here for my next buy. And so my DCAing into this will be anywhere under 295 or above the 307. That's right. So if we confirm back up, that's good news. And that's what I'm kind of playing. So I started today, and you're saying you bought before you know which way it's going to go. Yeah, but we're in a bullish above the 50. We're above the 5. We are fighting there. It could dip back down, and if it does, and that 5 crosses and the 30 and the 13 crosses, we're going way down. We're going all the way down to the 270s, and the 270s fail. I think we're going to the 249. And so that's why I'm doing it slow but steady. Because if we get down to this zone, you're going to see the moths flying because I'm going to be buying big chunks. So that's why I'm doing it slow. This isn't an everyday thing. I'm going to let the candle speak to me and tell me what I should do. Now, let's go over and take a look at Ethereum, the last of the last. And this is the big one. All right, now Ethereum, it's just held up beautifully. It's in this channel. I'm watching it. It's amazing. To be blunt as a technical analyst, this is absolutely amazing to watch. Bitcoin's crashing down, crossing the 50 EMA. XRP's fighting to stay on the north side of the 50 EMA. And then you got Ethereum here, way above the 50, not even touching the 50. Hasn't touched the 50 since all the way back in July. And it's holding strong. It's above the 13. We got back above the 13 yesterday. I was going to see it. In other words, the 13's acting as support. And so we get underneath the 13, back above. Underneath the 13, back above. Underneath the 13, back above. So I am expecting, hopefully, seeing new higher highs. Now, I don't know if we get this or not. So I added 10,000 worth of Ethereum on today. Now, my goal, and I was talking to Mrs. Mo about this, is I'm going to kind of watch this. Every time it drops $100. I'm putting another 10 to 20,000 into it. And if it crosses up here at 4834 and confirms, I'm putting a lot more than 10 to 20,000 in. In other words, we're confirming bullish, and I like that. So if we drop down, and I would say 4,500 or below, that's where I'm looking to add more on. If we drop to 4,400, I'm looking to add more on. If we drop to 43, 42, 41, 4,000, obviously I'm slowly but steadily dropping more on. If we confirm below, if we get down to the 50 EMA, that's my big buy. That's where I feel real good. And so this is the plan. That is the plan. We'll see how it works out. But for those in the Discord, you're going to get notifications when I'm buying like I did today. And if you're not in the Discord, folks, first link down below, code LEARN, will get you in there. And if you want to follow all that, you got to join the earner tier. You get the live trading sessions, which I'll have one tomorrow. At 2 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be trading live. We have and teaching, and it's a big teaching thing. So I'm always teaching there, 36 learning lessons, the expert traders, lots of us in there to help, thousands of members. Take a day, come on over and join, 50% off your first month, code LEARN. Second link down below does get you into the webinar. Get over there today. The spots are open. There's no cost for this. It's free. Go ahead and try that out. And it's an hour long. Enjoy it. I really sit down and I try to help people there. So it's up to you, but you could check that one out. And third but not least, we do have the live teaching session coming up in about a week and a half. Dr. Stock, Crypto Will, and myself. You can join with any one of them. Code MONEY will save it, or you can do the discounted bundle with code MONEY. All right, and then take advantage of the Kraken opportunity. Fourth link down below. That's it, folks. Let me know what you think about all this down below, and I will see you in the Discord.